Good evening. I'm back today with another very interesting topic that I would like to talk about. It's about kindness. You need to ask yourself the question, are you the kind? Or are you not so very kind? Because kindness is something that transforms not just you and makes you a better person, it also blesses the person who is the recipient of your kindness. These days, with our rushed lifestyles, with men and women both working, and the high pressures of life, sometimes it's so hard to look beyond your nose, because we are so pressured from all directions, and we are pulled in different ways, and we have to run in so many different directions that sometimes it's very difficult to actually stop and consider someone else. And unfortunately, with people in the corporate world, people are always trying to hog the limelight and trying this one-upmanship, trying to show themselves better than the other person. Otherwise, they will not get a raise or they will not get a promotion. And life today has become a dog-eat-dog game. And because of which, we cannot find ourselves doing small acts of kindness to people around us. Sometimes a kind word or a helping hand goes a long way in transforming the life of somebody else. Kindness, mercy, charity are all facets of the same thing. And when we show mercy, you need to understand that you are blessed as well. Because if you have read the play, The Merchant of Venice, that was written by William Shakespeare, there's a very, very famous speech by Portia. And that Portia's speech of mercy speaks about mercy falling like gentle rain upon the person who receives, but it also blesses the one who extends and gives mercy. Because we know that it is more blessed to give than to receive. Because when we start giving out of ourselves, the soil of our heart changes. The way we look at people changes. And not just that. When we are merciful, you need to understand that there is a kind of a law that works in our life. And that law is the sowing and reaping law. And whatever we sow, it comes back to us. Many times when you cast your bread upon the waters and you forget about it, it'll come back to you some other way. But unfortunately, many times we just hang on to everything that we have, holding on and being miserly about things. Like someone said, get all you can all you get, and sit on the can. Because you want to hoard and keep everything for yourself. Or many times we just fool ourselves by saying, I'm not very wealthy, I don't have very much to give to someone else. I just have enough for myself and my family and my children. I can't give beyond that. But giving doesn't really mean that you need to really give a big, huge piece of your pie when you have very little to go around in your own home. Even one small slice of the pizza that you have, if you can share it with someone else, will bring a smile on their face. Like Mother Teresa said, we need to do small things in great love. I've noticed that even simple things like kind words, a compliment, or maybe a pat on someone's shoulder, or lending your shoulder when someone is crying, or even giving someone in need a small something that may not really hurt you, that would go a long way for the other person. I know that there are some people who give very sacrificially, cutting into their own needs and giving. And yet there are some people who, from maybe the little that they have, they can share, or they are ready to share with someone else. But we cannot live life only for ourselves, because when we live life only for ourselves, then we become very unhappy people. It's only when we give to others and share with others and show our love and concern to others. Like I said earlier, it enriches you more than it would the other person. Otherwise, the soil of our heart becomes very hard. And selfish people and miserly people are sometimes very unhappy people. I always say that even if it's a small little can of maybe some little food that you have, or maybe a drink that you have, like a can of Pepsi, or maybe a glass of juice, or whatever it is, when it's halved, then joy goes around. Kindness is something that we really need to make as part of our lives. Because otherwise, even the world that we live in becomes a very hard place. And I do believe that charity does something in your life. It attracts the favor of the Creator. Because if you notice, people who are kind and people who are generous, people who are merciful, have people around them also wanting the very best for them. And even the Creator who created you will give into your hands, because He knows that you will put whatever He gives into your hands, that you will use it wisely and you will use it well. So this evening, I think we need to create, or rather cultivate, the art of giving of yourself, giving of your time, giving of your energy, your love, and also your money. Sharing with people what God has given you. There's a saying in Tamil Nadu that goes like this. They say that a man who's charitable protects not only his own head from misfortune, but also protects the heads of his entire generation from misfortune and sorrow. Because giving is a quality which is divine. Just like how God gives, He sends His rain on the good and evil. The same way, when we share things that God has given us and we show kindness to people around us, it will somehow come around as a blessing to you. Even small deeds, like maybe helping an old person cross the road, or maybe just spending maybe half a day in an orphanage, taking your children along with you so that they also will be taught from the very young age to share and to give. It's very important that we not only cultivate kindness, but we also teach it to the next generation. Otherwise, this world will become a very, very hard place for people to live in. And kindness is one quality that has to become part of your life and part of you. Because it is something which is slowly fading in our rushed lives. So let's take a rain check and let's look into our own lives and let's try to include those who are less fortunate than us. And if you are in a place where you can give of yourself, of your time, of your energy, of your money, of your resources, then consider yourself very blessed and invest it in somebody else's life and show them kindness and be the kind.